Good morning. Happy Easter. Welcome to Sunday's Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist. Here are some words of wisdom for all of us, and I think you're going to like this card. It comes from the Wild Harmonic deck by Gabrielle J. Merrihew. So let's start as always with some nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Filling up your lungs to capacity. In through the nose. And then a little more. Out through the mouth. Good morning, good morning. People starting to find me. I see my numbers are rolling. Nobody's name has rolled yet, but we'll see who's here. Good morning, Cindy. It wasn't you this time. I was late. Good morning, Joe Neal. Happy Easter. Welcome, welcome. I was just hitting the snooze alarm a few too many times. I think I recount 4 or 5. So it was just one of those mornings. So, and I went to bed early enough, but I was reading my Better Homes and Gardens and getting all kinds of creative ideas. So what can you do? So here we are. And again, exactly who's meant to be here will be here, and exactly who's meant to hear this message will hear this message. So it's all good. So I'll show you the cover of the book because I like this image also. These images in this book are just amazing. So there's a woman sitting and flying off into butterflies, which I think is really cool. The No Electronics Day was fabulous. I did end up, at the end of the day, like for a half an hour, I noticed 2 of my favorite people, good morning Diane, online had new videos. If you don't follow Elise Book, B-U-C-H, she's from Denmark. She always puts up very aesthetically pleasing stuff. She's out in her garden, she's painting walls, she's doing all this creative stuff. She owns a shop and sells clothing, but she's got a YouTube channel that I like watching her stuff. And then Laura Caldwell, who's my favorite flipper, she had some stuff, she does thrifting, and so I watched hers. And then there was one more, flipping drawers, and he redoes furniture, and this one was from the 20s, liquor cabinet, and it was really cool. So he did some cool, and he's got a new kitty who is a Bengal, which Laura Caldwell has a Bengal also, but they look like mini tigers. Just prettiest cat. Very disruptive because he's doing stuff, sanding and whatever, and the cat is racing back and forth in the background. Good morning, Paula. Welcome. So that was enjoyable. What I was trying to get away from was the constant impingement of work. Good morning, Carolyn. So dings of emails, all that stuff. So it was a very nice break. And interestingly, you know how when you say you're going to do something, sometimes the universe challenges you to see whether or not you're actually going to follow through? Yep, it happened. Good morning, Janine. Welcome. Just before when I had posted all of the early morning intuitive guidance stuff to all the platforms, and that's when I said I was going to get off of there, I got a phone call with a person in crisis, and it's a group of people that I knew this crisis was kind of going to infect the group, which it has, but I didn't need to respond. There was no need to respond. I talked to her, but then there were like several who were sending emails. I turned it off. I did not go there. And so they'll get my answers. They will, but not yesterday during my day of no screens. So it worked out great. It was wonderful. It was peaceful. Diane and I went and had a fabulous Italian lunch. If you're ever in Appleton, check out Victoria's, because the amount of food that we got was good for 3 meals. How do I know that? Because I fed half of my leftovers to Dad, and I ate the other half for supper. Good morning, Beth. Glad you're here. It was a lot of food, and it was just very pleasant sitting there and yakking, and it was good. It was good. So, yeah. So I think that's all I have to say about that. Well worth your effort. If you decide, I'm going to have a day with no electronics, try it. It is so interesting. I turned my keyboard upside down. You're still full. Yeah, no kidding. That was a lot of food. I turned my keyboard upside down as my reminder so I didn't subconsciously. I had turned the screen off so there was nothing visible, but I could have seen myself reaching for the keyboard. Oh, no, upside down. Not doing it. Not doing it. So I was very proud of me for sticking to that for the day and enjoying the fun stuff. I needed some fun stuff. So we went and sat by the park and watched all the various birds. The red-winged blackbirds are fighting over turf, so they were very loud. The geese were walking back and forth across the road like they owned it, and so all the traffic was having to avoid them. We saw a cardinal. We saw some little bitty finches. What's the other one? Chickadees, bunch of chickadees. So it was awesome. Got my wildlife fix. Very good. So happy Easter, everybody. Happy Easter. And let's see what our card is for today. Again, Wild Harmonic deck. There are 8 of you with me right now, so I'm assuming you're the 8 who need this message immediately. So it is the Water of Earth card, and it is Nourishing Roots. Nourishing Roots. When I first pulled it out, I thought it was this way, and it was like a tree. But nope. Yes, chickadees are amazing. They are just the most exuberant little beings. I just love them. So there it is, Nourishing Roots. It says, as the flowing feeling of life embodies into the earth energies, a reaching into the depths returns a bounty of enrichment. So in other words, go inside. Go inside. And he's also talking about the balance between going outside and going inside, and the balance of divine masculine and divine feminine. So let's see what you think. Here's the meditation part. Utilization of resources, nourishing the many sides of myself, and the learning and knowing of what I need. You're going to get that from going within, right? Makes sense. This is a card of good medicine, connecting with myself in the inner and the outer in ways that nourish, heal, and revitalize. Nourish, heal, and revitalize. Love that. It shows me how to wind around obstacles in order to reach my needs and sink the roots from which I can rise. So think about water. If there's a boulder in the middle of the river, what does the water do? Flows around it. Flows around it. If we choose to be more flexible, we'll find we flow around things. Like this uproar from yesterday morning. We will flow around it. It will be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. Is it a boulder in the pond? Yep, absolutely. We'll flow around it. It'll be fine. So this part I thought was interesting. So just listen with the intuitive part of yourself that knows what you need to hear out of this. There is something just out of my awareness, something down in the depths beyond my knowing. But I know it is what I need, and I let desire fuel and guide my reaching. The nourishment I draw into me feeds both my striving for the light and my digging into the dark. Nourishment grants me greater ability at finding further nourishment. So it becomes this self-feeding process. As we allow ourselves nourishment, more can come our way, right? When we're going, no, I'm fine, I don't need anything, the universe doesn't provide because we're not asking for it. So, the inquiry question: how can I locate and reach the deep nourishment that I desire? And there's that 3-letter word. Ask. Ask. What do you need? And even if you don't know what you need, okay, I don't know what I need, universe, but send it my way and make it obvious, because sometimes I'm kind of a lunkhead and I don't pick it up when you are putting it down. So help me see what I need to see, hear what I need to hear, do what I need to do, feel what I need to feel, on and on and on. But again, that last part, I like the both the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So nourishment I draw into me. So it's receiving, divine feminine, and striving for the light, divine masculine. Having both, allowing both to work in consort with each other. Fabulous, right? Fabulous. So I'm going to read that last paragraph because I really liked that. There is something just out of my awareness, something down in the depths beyond my knowing. But I know it is what I need, and I let desire fuel and guide my reaching. The nourishment I draw into me feeds both my striving for the light and my digging into the dark. Nourishment grants me greater ability to find further nourishment. So, what strikes you out of that card? What on this fine Easter Sunday chimes for you out of that? Because I do feel like this is a time of going within, listening, paying attention. So if Jesus is in the tomb until the stone gets rolled away, contemplative time, right? And we all need that. We all need that. Thank you, Cindy, for posting that. How can I locate and reach the deep nourishment I desire? But I always go back to the ask, believe, receive, because I think that is a fundamental tool we can cultivate that will help reaching the deep nourishment. So, all of you have a great Easter. I think my daughter might actually make it home in time for dinner. We will see. She was in Illinois somewhere last night. And she always stays in the Cracker Barrel parking lots, the same way Walmart does. Cracker Barrel will let you sleep in their parking lot. So that's what she's been doing. So she and her brand new dog companion, Buddy, will be home today sometime. We'll see when. But I told her if she didn't make it for the meal at 1 o'clock, at least there'd be lots of leftovers. So have an awesome Easter, everybody. Spend some time with the people you love, including yourself. Because I have several friends who, they just want to have their own day. They just want to be on their own, do their own thing, etc. Traveling mercies. Yes, yes, yes. Glad you're all here. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye and happy Easter.